Hello! Today I want to talk about 5 very common mistakes that beginners make when learning new castanets. And I will tell you how to avoid them even before you start. I want to emphasize that I'm talking about new castanets. This is the style of playing that was invented by my dad, and it looks like this. And it's not the traditional way of playing castanets, okay? So if you want to play in traditional way, you should find another video, another lessons, and so on. I've made all these mistakes by myself. So trust me when I tell you it's really frustrating. You know what I mean. Annoying. It's maybe a better word for me. But the good news is, castanets, and especially new castanets, should never be annoying. They should feel fun and exciting and natural. Nothing else, not annoying. So let's make sure you are on the right path from the very beginning. So let's get into it. First very common mistake is playing too much. When I was a kid, I played violin. Everyone knows that. It was a disaster. And I used to lie to my teacher about how much I practiced. And I told her I played for 30 minutes a day, but in reality I barely even touch it, because I hated playing like these exercises. And guess what? Even 30 minutes wasn't enough. And she was always yelling at me, and I was hiding behind the violin and crying. Yeah, that was pretty much it. But with castanets, it's the opposite, I think. In a previous video, I mentioned that 10 minutes a day is enough. And I think that's great for people who have normal lives and responsibilities. When I started, I played 15 minutes a day. It was lockdown and I had so much free time, but still 15 minutes a day. And it was enough. And now, here's why it is so important, especially at the beginning. First, your hands needs to adjust. And this is one of the most important things. If your hands start to hurt, you need to stop playing. I say this all the time in my online courses. Pain is always a sign to take a break. And I'm super careful about this because I want you to play for years without any injuries. And second, very important thing is that your brain needs time to process. Learning castanets is not just about your hands and your technique. It's about feeling the rhythm, and this takes time to develop. So, especially at the beginning, short but consistent practice is always better. Number 2, learning without proper guidance. When I first started to play castanets on TikTok, there were so many people in Czech Republic who wanted to start learning castanets, and they wanted to start right now. And my course in Czech language wasn't ready. So they bought castanets from music stores and they were watching my videos and they were trying to learn it. And don't get me wrong, it's fine, but I'm always thinking, why reinvent the wheel? I write it down, this little phrase. The thing is, my dad spent years developing this technique. You don't have to figure it out from the scratch. I will teach you. Because unlearning the bad habits is way harder than learning things correctly from the start. For example, I once learned how to do tremolo. I'll show you. And I didn't learn it correctly. I was playing it like this. And then I had to do this movement to play, to continue. And this takes a lot of time. Oh my god, I hated unlearning these mistakes. So I know what I'm talking about. So make sure that you are doing it correctly from the beginning. Number 3, trying to learn everything at once. A lot of my students start playing with a very clear image in their heads of what they want it to sound like. And they are already imagining themselves like really nailing it. And that's totally fine. But there's the problem. They want to jump straight to the advanced technique without building a strong foundation. And I'm always telling them, just slow down. In my lessons, we are starting with very simple techniques. Just listen to the song and imagine how you would clap to it. Okay, you know the basic technique? Okay, you can play the basic technique. And then gradually add another combinations. But don't rush it. You need to do it step by step. Because having really strong basics, really strong foundation, means that even when you get lost in a song, you always have something solid to fall back on. And that's so important because at some point we all mess up, believe me. But if you have good fundamentals, nobody will even notice. Number 4, not listening to music enough. Yes, learning castanets is about playing, it's about the technique, but it's just as much about listening. You need to train your ear just as much as you need to train your hands. That means play along with the music and play it loud. When you are beginner, it's good to use headphones and really feel the beat. I personally only play with headphones for the first month, I think, and it really helped me to focus on the rhythm without any distractions. Now I can play with softer music, it's no problem, because the rhythm is already inside me. And yeah. Number 5, forcing yourself to play when you don't feel like it. Why? If you are not in the mood, just don't force yourself. New castanets are not like other instruments. You won't lose your skills if you will take a break. If you have musical instrument like this, when you don't need to play like hours a day, just take advantage of it. It's so simple. And sometimes taking a break is better than forcing it. You need to think of it like a flower. Yes, you can't force a flower to bloom. You have to water it, you have to give it sunlight, and you need to be patient. You need to give it love. Okay? And the same goes with learning castanets. It will grow naturally when you let it. So to recap, these are 5 biggest mistakes. Practicing too much at the beginning. Start small and let your hands and brain just adjust. 2. Don't try to learn without guidance. Unlearning mistakes is harder than learning it correctly from the start. 3. Jumping into advanced technique too soon. You need to build strong foundations. And 5. Forcing yourself when you are not in a mood. It should be fun. So if you want to know how to learn new castanets, check out our website. When I'm shooting this video, my online course in English is in the making, but there's already a waiting list on our website, so you can sign up. And if you are watching this video after, I don't know, March 2025, the online course should be here below this video. And I promise it's not just about technique and rhythms, it's about fun, it's about music. It's about music you love, because when you can be part of your favorite song, It's the best feeling. Okay, thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, you may like the video or subscribe my channel, and I will see you next week.